We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Guys at work.
The Bo Rock Breakdown.
Every time I walk in the back, yo, where's your entrance music at?
Now, back to our show.
My brother and his boys were for WWF also, and they played it for them. So you get an idea of what
Welcome to the Bo Rock Breakdown. Alongside me is Tommy Guns.
What's going on, everybody?
And I'm the Bo Rock, and we'll be bringing to you a weekly podcast, talking all things Eagles, NFL, and everything in between. So we hope we can provide some entertainment to you and some useful information, and hope you enjoy what you're listening to. So with that being said, let's jump into one of the many topics we can talk about. What do you want to talk about first, Tom?
Got to talk about Spygate, man. It's the biggest thing going on right now. It's kind of beating a dead horse, but it's a dead horse that deserves to be beat.
Take that baby out behind the shed, bro.
Oh, dude. You know, America's team. The irony in that statement that we call the Patriots America's team and all the backdoor bullshit. Apparently my dog has something to say about it. All the backdoor bullshit that's been going on.
You know what's funny?
It's unbelievable.
You have the New England Patriots, who you're referring to as America's team, labeled as cheaters. And then you have the America's team of the 90s, the Dallas Cowgirls, and they were a bunch of drug addicts.
Yeah, there's a growing trend with this.
Two of America's teams are bad examples.
Horrible examples of human beings. I mean, listen, it was kind of funny when they made the Deflate Gate and, you know, the way these names coincide. But after you hear about the allegations that were made and what he was supposedly doing about guys raiding hotel rooms of teams that were incoming.
I couldn't believe this,
dude. Like, you know, low-level guys changing their outfits and putting on the credentials, like you were saying, and going through the locker rooms and trying to get the first 20 scripted plays. Like, listen, the video recording the signals was something so scratching the surface and so light. And then, you know, that article, you topped it off with, Goodell was trying to cover it?
Yeah, now they're saying Deflategate's the makeup call. That's what the owner's calling it. And then this whole situation just blows my mind. You know, they even said, you know, Peyton would even step outside the locker room when he was in New England to talk scheme because he was afraid that the locker room was bugged. Like, are you kidding me?
You know,
like, can we just go out and play football?
How bad do you think it is, and how much control do you think that these guys really had? That no one's blown the whistle on this either.
Well, when the king is running the show and controls the whistle, then that becomes a silent whistle.
So, what do you think happens? Where do you think we go from here? You think anything happens? You think it's just going to be some smack on the wrist fines like it was the last time, or what?
I mean, do I want them to strip Super Bowls and vacate Super Bowls and all that nonsense? No. And I'll use a specific example in 2004. And I understand the players are irate. And if I was a player, I would be losing my mind.
I'm losing my mind as a goddamn fan.
Nuts. And I'm losing my mind because of what happened. But what is going on? What could happen? What can happen from here? You know, do you want the NFL to go and hand all the 2004 Eagles a Super Bowl ring? No, because I don't want no matter how you look at it, there's going to be an asterisk next to that year. 2004 Super Bowl, Eagles, Patriots cheated, Eagles win, asterisk. I don't want that, you know. But I do think there are things that can be done to discipline said organization, you know, for their actions. And I do believe that Belichick should be suspended for at least a year, if not indefinitely, for these actions.
I don't think a year's enough. I really don't.
I mean, if Sean Payton got what he got for Bountygate, then I think that Belichick should get twice.
Which is Bountygate was bullshit, man. Listen, your job is to go out there and kill the opposing team. You get a reward for doing a good job. I'm sorry. I disagreed with that.
Wow.
And I stand by that. But, back to this. He should be gone for over a year. But who makes that call?
Goodell makes that call.
Yeah. Who's going to get rid of Goodell? How do you get rid of Goodell?
Can we kidnap him?
Celtic Pride style.
Yeah,
right?
brother, that's exactly what I was thinking. I figured I'd throw a little Boston feel on there, for a minute.
Oh, man, that was a good reference earlier. Yeah, dude, he's got to go. Something's got to happen. If the owners were going to do something about it, they would have already. It's been 11 years. It's not anything new. Everybody's obviously known this. So what's the solution to the problem? It's a money machine, and we all keep feeding money into it, myself included. This is a fucking NFL podcast you're listening to right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To some level, this is exposure for them. So
yeah, the NFL is it's one of the most largest, empires in the world, and I've always said, if you boycotted an NFL game and said, I'm not going because of Roger Goodell, there's going to be another line of people that will be like, all right, I'll take those tickets.
yeah,
And I'll go sit in those seats. So I just think we need to kidnap Goodell. I'm done. He's a corrupt asshole, man. I can't deal with it.
we just go into his bedroom in the middle of the night with bars of soap wrapped in tube socks and beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, Jackass style.
Yeah,
I like that idea.
I was thinking more like Army.
Oh yeah.
Treat him like Private Pie. Full Metal Jacket action.
Yeah. Excellent movie.
But let's move on from this fucking scumbag. And
Let's dive into the birds.
53, down to 53.
Down to 53
The magic
officially.
53.
And guess what? Officially, our first and last mention of this individual on this podcast,
Dun, da, da, da.
Tebow.
See you later, alligator.
See ya. It was fun while it lasted. Everyone who got went out and bought your Tebow jerseys, you're stuck with them. Hang them next to your Vic jerseys.
This is just another example of Chip Kelly's genius and his smokescreen and his look left, and meanwhile he's fucking you with the right hand, and you gotta love it. It's the same thing he did with the Mariota situation. You gotta respect. I don't think Tebow was ever going to make the team. I think that was just a total publicity stunt pulled by Chip Kelly. Beautiful too.
I mean, I believe from a business aspect that Tebow was possibly going to make this team.
I don't at all.
But in the end, it proved, he just proved that he wasn't good enough to play in the NFL, and he went right back to where he should be, I guess. And it's on the SEC network doing college football. So, best of luck to you, and happy trails. So, peace. Let's talk about. I'm gonna get to a few cuts. In addition to losing Tebow, the Eagles did trade Matt Barkley to the Arizona Cardinals for
Now, that was a conditional trade, though, right?
conditional 7th, I believe.
Seventh
He's got to
round?
play. He's got to be active for 6 games.
So 6 games for a 7th pick.
Yes.
Okay.
So 7th round pick.
7th round pick.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So Barkley's gone. Tebow's gone. So that leaves us with Bradford and Sanchez. And
We had a conversation about a week ago. We were talking about RG3 slowly making his way north and heading to Philadelphia. And I don't think it's happening now.
Nah,
I didn't think it was happening
no
then.
chance.
But when it was mentioned with all that bullshit going on down in Washington, I was like, oh, I cringed at the thought. I cringed at
Or
the
was
thought.
that his knees?
Wah, wah, wah.
But, in addition, they actually brought in a third quarterback, Stephen Morris, who was cut by Jacksonville. This guy must really suck.
Oh, man.
But then again, here we are, spending time talking about the third quarterback, so let's move on.
Agreed, sir. Agreed.
Move on to a practice squad guy. G.J. Kinn signs with the New York Giants. Oh, man.
Good riddance, baby.
You're killing me, G.J. I was a big fan
Good riddance,
for
baby.
years. And then you sign with the G, man.
Yeah, I mean, what are your options, you know? And I guess
he's got to make his money.
he was around for how long?
He was on this practice squad for 4 or 5, but going back to Andy Reid.
Listen, so he's rooted here, you know? So even if he was given other offers, if you're that rooted here and you're not making the millions that these other guys are making, they can just pick up and move their lives with no problem. Well, I'm sorry, pick up and pay somebody to move their lives with no problem. New York's a short drive, babe. It's a hop, skip, and a jump. So, I mean, I kind of get the move, but, you know.
Yeah, but
all's fair in love and war,
I'm just
I guess.
hoping the Giants then just pick him up for a week to try and get some info out of him and then send him on his way.
Well, you got to hope he's smarter than that.
Oh, I sure hope so.
But, I mean, on the practice squad for how many years? How smart can he really be?
Yeah, but he knows the playbook.
Maybe.
He knows the playbook.
Maybe he doesn't. Maybe that's why he stayed on the practice squad.
He just don't have the talent, man. He switched the receiver.
Yeah.
But speaking of University of Florida guys, Jalen Watkins cut. Happy trails.
Yeah. Another see you later, alligator.
Yeah, man, I had big hopes for that. Not big hopes for the guy, not big expectations. But I thought that was a guy we grabbed in the 4th round. He had like a late 2nd, early 3rd round value, and I just thought, you know, with his speed and everything, I thought he would at least settle into the nickel corner slot. But you know, other than that Jets game against like the 8th string, you know, he just didn't amount to much this year. So he's pieced out. So down to 53.
Yeah, buddy.
A couple interesting decisions. They kept Barner, cut Mostert.
I didn't think Mostert was going to go.
I didn't think so either.
I got to tell you that. I'm glad Barner's here, though.
Yeah, he's back on the practice squad, though.
You know, he's here.
Mostert. You know, Rasheed Bailey cut. And oddly, doesn't get brought back to the practice squad. Now, I don't quite understand that one. But, excuse me. I really don't understand that one. But, you know, Chip knows what he's doing. That's why he's sitting in the King's
Chip,
Lair.
We trust.
Yeah,
we trust. Let's talk about something a little bit more exciting. Let's talk about Eagles-Falcons football, baby.
Yeah, before we get into Eagles-Falcons, just one quick thing. Just wanted to make quick mention to a couple signings they made earlier this week. Andrew Gardner locked up for 3 more years at, I believe, $4.7 million. So, fairly cheap, I guess, from a football perspective. I would take 1.7 or 0.7, yeah, to sit there and play some football. But you know, locking up the offensive line, and also Dennis Kelly, who provides depth on the offensive line. They locked him up for, I think it was like the league minimum for another year. So, a couple minor signings. Now,
paycheck is a paycheck is a paycheck.
Yes, indeed. Now it's time for Eagles Falcons. It's finally football week. I've been waiting for this since the last time they got off the field.
So we're going to play with your boy Matty Ice.
Yup, going down to Hotlanta to see Chester County own Matty Ice.
Monday Night
Football under the bright lights in the dome. ESPN.
You think
Monday Night Football game time starts at 7. Nice early game. I love them early games, man.
Yeah.
I hate the 8:30s.
I don't know. You know, I don't know. I just having the baby this year. I don't know how that's going to go for me yet.
Yeah, good luck.
Well, you say that. You know, my child's good for now. She's been great so far. We'll see how that goes. I mean, the wife knows the deal, bruh. She knows the deal.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Listen, she'll bust my stones all throughout the year about do this and do that, and it's got to get done now. I got to be fair and give credit where it's due. On Sundays, and for most of Saturday afternoon early, she's never in 7 years given me shit. Not when she was pregnant. She's a football fan herself. We made a deal last year. I owe her 3 Eagles games this year. I've already gotten one. I snuck a preseason jump.
Oh, you go.
Right, but she's pretty good about that. So we'll see. Hopefully that doesn't affect the time. But I'm getting old, man. So maybe I will like them early games a little better.
Yeah. I'm just saying, 7 o'clock Monday night game, you can't go wrong.
Nah, definitely not.
You know,
we just get to a late start with things, so I hope I'm settled by then. You know what I mean? 8:30 gives me time to settle.
Well, I hope Zachy Ertz is ready for Monday night.
I think he's
probably
going
to
to
be a
start.
game time decision.
I think he's going to start, and I
disagree.
I think if he doesn't start, then there's a little more going on.
I think he gives. I think he's out there pregame. I think he ultimately doesn't go. Just playing it safe. I'd much rather have him for week 2 than week 1, honestly.
Now, do you think it's just a safe decision? Do you think it's just a sit down and let's not waste you against Atlanta and save you for Dallas?
Well, I think if he goes out there and they go, how you feeling? He goes, I feel good. And they would go, are you 100%? Nah, I think I'm 95. I think Chip goes, all right, well, you can go take your pads off.
I don't think Ertz is going to say he's 95.
Well, I'm just saying.
I gotta say, and I don't mean.
And I'm not saying, a football player is going to say, I'm good to go, I can play.
Yeah, that's.
But you can see it. A trainer can see it in your running and your patterns. When you're running, you're going through pregame, exercises. You can see it. Right. There's no sense in not wasting him, but like taking a chance if he's not 100%.
On being hurt worse.
It's week 1. It's a long season, so.
I got you.
What do you think, prediction wise? Where you got the Birds at Monday night?
I know that you're not a gambling man. I am. The spread was, I believe, 3 points going to Atlanta. I've seen some interesting things saying Atlanta might win, but I think those people are drug addicts.
Are they from Hot Atlanta?
They fucking might as well have been. I think the Birds win. I think it's an easy win for the Birds. I think the blowout situation for me is going to... I think it's too early for that. I don't think we're going out there to be gassed and to, put up 30, 40 points on the board just because we can.
Remember that Redskins game? Monday Night Football, start the year.
I don't even know why they're a fucking football team. All this shit that's been going on.
Are they the Deadskins?
They might be, dude. Yeah. But, I think the Birds got this. And I guess I'm going to go I'm going to say 21-24 Eagles. It's a little closer. I think it's going to... Yeah, I'm going to stick with 21-24. That's where I'm going to stay.
Birds?
Yeah, of course.
I just making sure, man. You've had some sketchy picks in the past.
How dare you?
We'll wait for your week 2 pick.
Yeah.
I think this offense is just too potent, especially for that Falcons defense. I think they go in and blow the doors off that defense. They might take the roof off of the Georgia Dome. Chip's offense is just electric. You got the Legion of Zoom out there flying around. Sammy Bradford back there. Flying those balls thin right through the holes in the defense. So I just think I'm not saying it's gonna be a blowout. I think that if Falcons put up points, I don't think the Eagles secondary is ready. I think it's gonna be a work in progress as the season goes on. So I got the Birds. I'll go 34-27.
Damn, you think we're going out big, huh?
Yeah, brother.
Going out big.
Sammy Bradford, you're going to wish you picked up in your fantasy draft.
You know what? Yo, listen, I wasn't opposed to picking up Bradford in my fantasy draft, to be honest. I was looking at him for my number 2 spot in my one league, but I think I'm going to do all right with Ben Roethlisberger and Tom Brady.
I think an interesting matchup Monday night, and I'm curious, and after this we'll move on. I'm curious what Bill Davis does with Byron Maxwell on Monday night.
Go on.
Because I'm reading reports, from Chip saying that Eric Rowe's going to have a significant role in the defense. So I'm kind of curious if they're going to put him on the outside and put Nolan Carroll on the inside, or or are they gonna Eagles defenses in the past, they like to play left right. They don't shadow a receiver with a corner. So I'm kind of curious to see if they put Maxwell on Julio all night. So that's going to be one of the things that I look at when analyzing this game Monday night, is how what type of game plan Bill Davis puts out there, because that's going to be kind of like a similar game plan going into Dallas, because you're going to have the same problem with Dez Bryant.
Yeah, but you don't have to worry so much about a run game or a quarterback in Dallas anymore.
They did have a very interesting signing over the last few days.
Let me ask you this real quick. Do you think that they're going to switch up the defense drastically throughout the season? Do you think
I
it's
think
going
they
to be
make adjustments,
just minor adjustments, or do you think it's major adjustments per team, or
no? Everything's minor.
everything's minor?
Yeah, I don't think
I think they have a pretty good idea what they're doing, where they're doing, how they're doing.
I mean, unless someone has a Namdi moment out there.
How in tune do you think Chip is with the defense? How much leeway do you think?
I think he has his input, but I think he hired Bill Davis to do a job.
You think he lets him do his job?
He lets him do his job, and if he doesn't do his job, then you hit the bricks.
Yeah, like his boy, huh?
Yeah, bro.
We didn't see him getting rid of that dude. All right, let's move it on. We're going to move on into a segment that you're going to have weekly here with us. And we're going to do a bird on a wire and then a screaming eagle. Now, your bird on a wire is a guy or a group of guys who've put themselves in the public spotlight for, bad reasons, multiple bads. Could be on the field, off the field.
He had a shitty
whatever.
game.
Could have been a terrible game.
He could have shot himself in the foot at the strip club.
Could have blew fingers off with fireworks. Not that happens to our precious guys down here.
Maybe they smoked a little marijuana.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe he should have passed it to me.
Basically, they had a negative outlook in the previous week. So
and the opposite of that's going to be our screaming eagle, somebody who's doing, positive work, or a group of guys doing positive work.
He's the man.
Could be the men. Going to keep it try and keep it to on the field, but sometimes some of our guys have been known to do stuff off the field that
they could have built a park up in North Philly.
Yeah, listen, we're graced enough to have players who actually put back into the city.
Brandon Graham this week did a little something with the Eagles Youth Partnership. So
perfect.
As much as I hated that draft pick, he's doing good things in the community.
Yeah, you can't argue that.
Thomas, I miss you.
But let's get into it. And who you got, man? Who's your bird on a wire?
My bird on a wire. This guy is going to be my bird on a wire every week until he is gone.
I got news for you. He's going to be mine too.
Oh, Riley, the Cowboy Cooper.
Racist Riley Cooper. Yeehaw.
Yeehaw.
Yeah, I can't stand him. He's a bum. He's no good as a receiver at all. He's obviously got some character issues and judgment issues.
I don't know how he's still on this team.
Yeah, I don't see the point. I really can't find a use for him on this team. Do you think he's here because nobody else sees any value and we can't get anything for him?
I honestly thought they were going to try and shop him at least a little bit. And I just don't. He must be one hell of a blocking wide receiver, because he sure as hell can't catch the ball.
I mean, for all the smart things Chip does, there's got to be a plan for him, right?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I can't.
I'm at a loss for words.
Listen, dude, you're. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Look, speaking of loss for words, I don't want to waste any more words on this dude. He's going to be my bird on a wire as well. He's probably going to be my bird on a wire every week as well. You got to be a pretty big asshole to get nominated to beat out his dumb ass for bird on a wire. So he's at the very least going to be a co-bird on the wire every week for now until he's gone. But who's your screaming eagle, man? What guy or group of guys or whatever is standing out right now doing something big you need to talk about?
Since we're heading into week 1, and you looking on last week, you really can't pick anyone from the Jets game. If I had to pick anyone from the Jets game, it was that guy Freddie Martino, who made a hell of a catch in the back of the end zone. So kudos to him, even though he got cut. But I'm going to take the entire offense, all 11 of them.
Woo, what's that, big boys?
Oh yeah, offensive line, the starting quarterback, the Legion of Zoom in the backfield, Thunder and lightning on the outside, the whole offense. Because this offense is putting up some points. And I don't see how anyone's going to stop this offense to a degree. I mean, they're going to put up points. And it's just going to be our defense's job to not let up as many points. you know? And I just don't see how Chip hasn't even showed us anything yet. So, because preseason game plans are very vanilla. I really think that Darren's you have Darren Sproles, you slot him out, and you put DeMarco on the back, and you got Jordan and Aguilar on the outside. Matthews is in the slot. There's a million things he can do with this offense.
Don't forget the tight ends.
I just think the it's going to be tough to defend this offense.
So I'm not going to disagree.
Screaming Eagle.
I'm not going to disagree with your Screaming Eagle of the week. I'm going to stick with you with the offense. I haven't been Bradford's biggest fan. Like I said, I'm starting to run towards the bus. I'm not quite on it yet. Hopefully he stays healthy. If he stays healthy for me, dude, he was a great pickup. He's a solid quarterback. You know what I mean? He's not an all-star, but we don't need an all-star here.
We'll swing the bus back around next week. Just hang at the bus stop.
I might be sitting there waiting. I might be sitting there waiting. If I am sitting there waiting, I will have a case of beer. But let's move on. Let's get into the fantasy real quick.
Yeah, let's do it.
So let's just do by position. We'll do quarterback, wide receiver, running back, tight end. And then you give me a guy to sit him, guy to start him. And then we'll go through mine. And then we'll talk a little bit.
So I'm going quarterback, start, sit, running back, start, sit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can give me a little bit if you want to give me about why you want to start sit him, but who you got for quarterback? Who you want to start?
We're going into week one. My guy to start at quarterback is a guy who has a great pedigree, and he cheats to win. So I'm going to take Tom Brady.
Yeah.
And for more reasons outside the cheating, but I really do think that the Pittsburgh secondary is awful, and he's going to torch them all night.
7-point spread on that game going to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, no problem.
So who's your sit 'em for the quarterback?
Sit 'em, Cam Newton. He just has nothing down there in Carolina, bro. Nothing. I mean, I think Corey Brown or Philly Brown, whatever they call him this week, he's starting, and I don't even know who the other starting wide receiver is. So, Jonathan Stewart's a good running back, but yeah, Cam's in for a bad year, and it's not because Cam's not talented. It's just he don't have the talent around him. Kelvin Benjamin was a big loss for that team.
Yeah, it's a huge loss. All right, so what about wide receiver? Who's your absolute guy to start him?
Allen Robinson.
Okay.
Got to give my Penn State faithful a big nod because we are hurting this week. Woo! And that's all I got to say about that. So I sit him.
I don't want to get into that loss.
Yeah, I ain't getting anywhere near that. My sit him wide receiver is Mr. Brandon Marshall up the turnpike in New York.
You think he's turning out to be all mouth, huh?
Yeah, that he's getting older and he don't have a quarterback to throw the ball. So, and he's on the Jets.
Yeah, I think if they can get him the ball, he's going to do wonderful things.
Jets sucks.
You ain't kidding. All right, man. Who's your running back?
I'm gonna go off the wall here. Guy who hasn't really performed well, probably a season and a half, but has looked good in the preseason. He's got a good matchup Sunday, and I'm gonna take Doug Martin.
Okay.
And my sit 'em, I'm going to go to the NFC East. I'm going to take a guy who I think he's just fallen out of favor in this offense, and I think he's on his way out the door. They drafted a running back who I think is going to be a successor, and I'm taking Alfred Morris as a sit 'em.
Yeah.
Tough matchup against Minnesota. So.
Okay. All right. So.
Tight end?
Yeah, I mean, tight ends are tough in fantasy, man.
I'll give you my stardom tight end. He's going to be my sleeper this year. One of my sleeper tight ends.
I already know who you're going to say, and he's mine too.
And I'm going to give you my sit 'em tight end, who will probably be in my sit 'em tight end spot more than 10 times this year.
Yep.
So my stardom,
I think I completely agree with both, but go ahead.
my stardom at tight end is going to be Tyler Eifert.
Oh, no, we're off. But go
Yeah,
ahead.
we're off. Yeah.
Okay.
Tyler Eifert, Cincinnati. I know Andy Dalton's going on the ball.
Playing Oakland this
But
week.
yeah, but this kid has got some ups. He's got good hands, and he's ready to break out.
You think he's going to make points? You think he's going to be a big points guy?
I think he has the potential. He's got to stay healthy though.
All right.
So hopefully that happens.
Okay, so who's your sit-em?
Vernon Davis.
Okay. Switching it up a little bit.
Yeah, switched. Yeah, he is just awful, man. I don't know if it's Kaepernick or what. Either he's hurt or he just sucks on the field.
Yeah, I got no argument there. And that's going to bring me to my
Let me
quarterback
hear your
sit-em.
quarterbacks.
Now, my sit-em's going to be Kaepernick. I've been talking about this
Yeah.
for some time. He don't have it no more. That whole San Fran team's a fucking travesty. It's a shame what's happening to them. But, yeah, he's my sit-em for the week. Now, my stardom for the week, I had two. All right, I had two. One was the Rook. And you know what? I'm going to go with the Rook. Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston's going to breathe life back in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You heard it here first. I think the kid's smart. I think he's got good mechanics. He's athletic. He can move. I think he's going to do big
Not
things.
smart with the crab legs.
I think he's going to make. I think he's going to make Mike Evans look like a top 10 receiver this year.
Maybe better than that.
Maybe better than that. The Bo Rock agrees. But that's my stardom sit-em for quarterback.
We got running back.
We'll do running back's a little bit of a tough position, especially with the leagues that I'm in, because that's how I have to look at it. But Adrian Peterson, I know it's kind of a no-brainer, but if you remember the last time Adrian Peterson came off of one of his, career-long breaks and stepped back into the NFL, dude, he broke every record in the NFL. He was setting records left and right. What were we talking about earlier today?
Yeah, his first. I believe it was his first game back. I was at a bar. I think it was like Winter Circle or something. It's not even there anymore. Where I was there with a group of friends, and oh no, you know what? I think it was Buffalo Wild Wings. But anyway, that's not the point. AP just coming off the ACL. I don't know if it was his first carry, but it was early in the game. And he just took off, and we'll just call it 80-yard run. And he's running down the field, and he's running, and he's looking up at the Jumbotron, looking back, using the Jumbotron as his eyes in the back of his head to make sure that the guy don't catch him, the defender don't catch him.
He's going to have a monster season this
I
year.
agree.
He's definitely going to have a monster
He's
game.
well rested.
And they're going against San Fran. Poor San Fran's getting beat up on during this podcast.
They're losing defensive
But,
guys left and right.
They're everywhere. They're going.
They're either retired, they're hurt, they're yelling obscenities in an airport.
Oh God. So that's my stardom. My sit-em is going to be Shady McCoy.
Oh, shade.
Listen, his ham's bothering him already.
Oh,
It's
poor
cold up
baby.
in Buffalo. He doesn't have it anymore, man. He lost a step. And, to say he lost a step and put up the numbers he put up last year, I know somebody's going to make an argument that he's still going to, whatever, and there's a lot of points. And, again, depending on the way your league scores. But as for just a touchdowns and yards guy, yeah.
Did you take dance lessons in the off-season?
Yeah, they were called West to East dance lessons. Forget North and South dance lessons. That's how that goes. They're playing Indianapolis. That's their first game. So we'll see, but
That should be a good game.
Yeah, I don't think Shady's got much to bring to the table. I mean, I think this first game's kind of going to decide it.
You got a wide receiver.
So my wide receiver, wide receiver, got to start him. Odell Beckham.
Oh, why did you have to go there?
You can't deny the kid's a monster. Shout out Dubs.
He's a wide receiver.
He's a monster. Look, man, I hate them just as much as you do. I hate Dallas just as much
He's got
as you
some
do.
good hands.
But he's got some amazing hands. For a young kid, look at what he's got around him. For a young kid to make a splash like that in a league like this, and he's got Eli throwing to him. Listen, Eli's
Eli?
not, yeah, right. Eli cries not the greatest quarterback around, and The kid's got something special, man. He's got the talent. You know what I mean? He's a talented kid.
Who's your siddle?
Set him receiver for the week.
The opportunities are endless.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
Who's going to suck this week?
who's going to suck the most this week? You know what? AJ Green.
AJ Green.
That's where I'm going to stick with that. I got no faith in who's throwing to him, and he was available late in my draft, man.
How late?
Dude, late.
What's late? 3rd round or 10th round?
Late, like I want to look it up right now because
Well,
I
you're
don't
in a
wanna misspeak.
You're in a quarterback.
I'm in a quarterback league, but receivers are the next position to bring points. It's a touchdown league.
You're in a weird league.
Dude, I'm in a super weird league. It's a super strict no trades in the league.
Yeah,
I just put up to a vote finally to get 1 point per 10 yards, and that was a fucking argument. Dude, I put that up for a vote, and it went 7-5 in a 12-team league. That's the kind of league we got going on here.
You're in a no fun league.
That's one of mine. That's why I'm in multiple
Who's the
leagues.
commissioner? Roger Goodell?
Oh, man, my stepdad. Might as well be. But, so my tight ends. Sit him, start him for tight ends. Now, my guy to start him tight end, and this is probably going to be my guy to start him tight end for the season. I think he's going to have a breakout season. Mr. Ebron for the Detroit Lions.
Eric Ebron.
The kid's a monster. I liked
stay
him
healthy.
last year as a pickup, dude. He was a hell of a college player. He's going to be a monster this year. This is going to be his breakout year. Now, my sit-em is going. I'm going to get booed for this one, but I'm going to say Jimmy Graham.
Ooh.
I don't think he's going to get the looks, and I don't
You
think
have no Jimmy Graham love.
Nah,
Not an ounce.
Hey, dude, listen, it is what it is. He's not going to get what everybody thinks he's going to get. Everybody's like, oh, he's going to Seattle. Oh, it's going to be fucking awesome. He's going to get 1 million points. He's not.
I think his production takes
It's
a
going to
hit.
drop.
I
It's
really
going to
do.
drop big time.
I believe that.
You know what I mean? He's like you said earlier. He's going to be a check down guy.
He goes too high. He goes too high in fantasy drafts.
Way too high. He's going to be somebody that the defense has to account for.
He's getting
no
drafted
doubt.
on his name alone. That's
That's it. That's it. That's all he's got left. You know.
yeah, man.
So.
That takes care of our fantasy focus for week 1. So hopefully that was
we may or may
helpful.
not be adding different bits to that depending on how the
Yeah, it's
season
just we're
goes.
just starting up. We might try and do something different every week. So, if you have any suggestions, let us know, and we'll be happy to provide any feedback that you guys may want. So, if you got suggestions for that segment, let us know. Let's talk about our quarterback,
Mr. Bradford,
the Bradford Files.
the Bradford bus.
Woo! Choo choo!
Okay, so
I'm calling it the train. We
Yeah.
need more room.
yeah, you're going to.
Yeah.
I require some space. I'm not a small guy. Look, like I said, man, he's been solid so far. He looks good. He's been taking hits. He wanted to take those hits. He's been throwing amazing. Look, if he
10
plays
10
the way,
against the Packers.
here's my promise I'm going to make to you because we've been arguing about this Bradford for 5 weeks now. If he stays healthy all year, and we do the 11-5 that I'm predicting,
Okay.
or better,
All right.
I'm buying a Bradford jersey.
It's going to take you that long to buy one?
Yeah, fucking right, dude. I'm picky with my jerseys. Look, I got 3 Dawkins jerseys upstairs that I still rock proudly.
I got you beat.
Do you?
Do.
You have his college jersey?
Do not have his college
What do
jersey.
you got, the blue and yellow?
Huh?
The
Blue and yellow.
Jackets one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucker.
It's ugly.
I have the other colors.
It's ugly.
I have the black, the white, and the green.
I've been looking for the Clemson jersey.
Dude, I can't find it. I want it so bad. Can't find it anywhere. But, yeah, all right.
That one will go in a frame. But
I can't commit. I'll tell you what, week 8.
all right, week 8.
Week 8.
You got a deal.
If we're 6-2 by week 8, I'll buy that Bradford jersey.
All right.
All right, deal.
I'll
Shake
buy
on
one
that?
too.
All right. We'll go shopping together. So, what do you think? What do you think he's just going to stay healthy all year? You have no concerns?
Of course I have concerns,
You don't sound like it.
I think he's a huge upgrade at the quarterback position since last year.
Yeah, I can't argue that. As much as I'm a Foles fan, but
And
no,
I am
I
not.
can't argue that.
We a huge upgrade. You can just tell the difference. Look at the pocket, dude. When you see Bradford in the pocket, even with busted knees or whatever, or his first game back, in a year and a half or whatever. He's so poised in the pocket. His footwork is better. His arm strength is better. His accuracy is better. He manages a game better. You know? I just think he does everything better than Foles. Everyone gets stuck up on Foles. Foles threw 7 touchdowns in one game. Whoopity-doo. You know? Let me tell you something. That was an awesome game. And Foles was our quarterback. I was rooting for him. But he just looked so nervous in the pocket. Like, he just, like, didn't know what to do. He was real fidgety in the pocket. You know, looked like he didn't know how to make a clear-cut decision. You know, struggling to go through his progressions.
He was new.
You know? I just think last year he had a huge drop-off in his production. I know he got hurt. But he just wasn't the same guy that he was a year prior. And I don't know if that's defenses figuring him out. That could be it. We shall see this year. So
his overall stats not bad. Bad. They're going to take a hit now where he's
because
at
he
now.
went 27-2, 27 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. That's going to inflate your stats a little bit. Talk to me 3 years from now.
I mean, I hear you.
He might be Kevin Cobb in 3 years.
Yeah, in 3 years he'll have played more games than Bradford has in the last 5, though.
Doesn't matter. Bradford might have a ring.
Just maybe. You think? That was a bold statement. You just threw me the fuck off with that. I wasn't expecting that.
No, you said in 3 years, right?
Maybe.
Well, that's the plan. That puts Chip at 5 years.
Yeah.
If we don't have a Super Bowl in 5 years, I bet you Chip is a bye-bye.
You think?
Yeah.
On his accord or on somebody else's?
His contract will be up.
Yeah.
So.
I don't think it'll be anybody else's call but his, because we like to hold on to fucking losers around here. Andy Reid was here for how long? Yep,
Too long.
The big red machine.
Too long. He should have stepped down when his kids were in jail.
Yeah, well, you know.
But I'm not going to go into that.
No, let's not.
Let's talk. I'm going to touch on one little debate before we move on, and that's Bradford versus Mariota. And I just want to. Here's all I want, and this is going to be quick. I ain't trying to get into no long heated debate,
No, it's
but
all right.
I just want to know, looking in the rearview mirror, was your stance on trying to get Mariota the same now as it was 6 months ago?
I was on the fence 6 months ago, but I was kind of for the Mariota thing. And
Trading everything, trading the picks,
Well,
the players.
here's why, though.
Howie Roseman was going in the deal, apparently.
I don't even want to say 6 months ago, but up until probably closer than 6 months ago, I was with that when I was a viable thing. And here's why. I trust in Chip Kelly. Every move that he's made so far,
And Chip, we trust.
everything's panned out. Has he given me a reason not to trust him yet?
Nope. You want to know why you trust him? Because he's got big balls.
Big balls, Chip. Listen, I respect a man who is not afraid to make fucking power moves to go for what he wants.
And now he's in the position to make those power moves.
Yes, he is. And listen, if he was going to flex his power to get Mariota, I can't not ride with that, because he's got to see something that I don't, or see more than I already
was
do.
the dude's college coach.
And so how can I not ride with that? You know what I mean? I couldn't.
But I just think the cost was too steep.
Listen,
even back in February, March.
What's the price of a Super Bowl, bro?
Huh?
What's the price of a Super Bowl? What's the price?
Priceless.
There you go. The cost isn't too steep. You can't put a number on a franchise quarterback. If I told you right now to make those moves and guaranteed you that Mariota was going to be your franchise quarterback and bring you a Super Bowl, would you make the move?
You can't guarantee that.
Would you make the move?
You can't guarantee that.
Would you make the move?
Dan Marino never won a Super Bowl.
Would you make the move?
No.
You wouldn't make the move.
Because you can't guarantee me a Super Bowl.
I said if.
It's a false statement.
It was a hypothetical.
It's a bad hypothetical.
You fail.
I win.
You would make the move, you stubborn bastard.
No, I wouldn't.
You would make the fucking move. Your smile
If you
says
told me we were
otherwise.
guaranteed a Super Bowl, yes, I would make the move. Of course. I'm not a dumbass. But
So
you
you
can't-
don't trust Chip enough with everything that Chip's done here, that if he wanted to make that move, you wouldn't have been okay with it?
Andy Reid was a good coach for some years until he got all loopy. Well, he had his flaws, But he also brought the Philadelphia one of the winningest runs, if not the winningest run in this franchise's
Listen, brother,
history.
numbers don't mean a fucking thing without the big game.
Exactly.
Without the big game.
And how do you know Chip won't be that guy who does the same thing?
I don't know right now, but right now I do know that he has more balls than Reed. I like Chip. I like what he does. I like every one of his moves. All his bold, brazen shit.
Who can eat more cheesesteaks? Andy Reid?
Oh, Andy.
Or Chip?
I think Andy's mustache has Chip beat, dude. Are you kidding me?
He lost some weight, man.
Whatever. He lost some weight because he moved to Kansas City.
But he's got to eat that barbecue
out there. Dude, that barbecue, that KC sauce, though, boy.
Yeah, brother.
Yeah, I like that KC sauce more than that Carolina sauce. Tell Dubs he can keep that South Carolina sauce, boy. Give me that KC. But, yeah, look, I got to respect the move, dude. If you believe in somebody enough that you're willing to mortgage all that and take a chance on all that, and you're willing to bet your own future on that, not only mine.
Yeah, but that could potentially set your franchise back 7-8 years.
And dude, it could have potentially set Chip back for the rest of his life. But again, now that we're looking at this in the rear view, like you said, I do not think that he ever was going for Mariota. I think that was a huge fucking smoke screen. That was another look left, and Chip's fucking you with the right hand move.
He's sitting there in the rafters dangling strings in front of the media and going, ha, 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 follow me this way. And he goes, here, hey, Les Bowen, follow me this way and write this story. Mariota this, Mariota that. You know? And same thing with the Tebow thing. You know? It creates a stir. He's creating a stir. He's making people talk about the Eagles. You know? Eagles one of the most popular teams in the NFL. Nationwide.
Yeah, well, we've been.
You know? Well, we've been, yes. But, you know, how many different cities do we have bars in football cities where we go on a road trip and...
I've been to every city on the East and West Coast, just about, and there is an Eagles Den or an Eagle's Nest in just about every city. Even as close. I went to a work trip. All right, real quick. A work trip to Baltimore. Not that that's far away from us.
Nah.
But 7 a.m. It wasn't my work trip. It was my girlfriend at the time's work trip. And I had an Eagles jersey on. She had to go to a conference. It was a dental thing. And I was walking into the conference, 7 o'clock in the morning. I start hearing someone, E-A-G. I turn around.
E-S,
now, I'm expecting to see some college straggler coming home late from the bar.
Right.
This dude's 65 years old, the business suit, giving me an Eagles. Dude, I had to continue it with him. We shake hands, big hug,
That's
you know.
awesome.
I found that Eagles love in Baltimore.
Yeah, bro.
You know, but it's like that no matter where you go. I found it in Cali. I found it in Baltimore. I found it in Alabama. Like, it's everywhere.
And I'll give you a quick story real quick, and then we'll move on. We'll move on to our next segment. I was in Virginia Beach. This was 7 years ago. Went to Virginia Beach for vacation. Eagles are playing the Redskins on Monday Night Football. So I'm in the heart of Redskins land, right? So we had a hotel right off the beach or whatever. So we're walking up the strip or whatever to there's like we're going to like a club, but we saw there was a bar. So we're like, watch the game at the bar. So we get into this bar. We walk in with Eagles jerseys and they're like, boo, 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 getting all boo birds out, So we get our seat or whatever, and got all the Redskins fans, all decked out. They got they put a towel, you're sitting at like a restaurant table,
Sure.
a booth. So they take their Redskins flag, they hang it over the side of the table, where you would put the check or whatever.
Shop. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. Getting all into it, right? And halftime comes. Redskins are winning. I think they were up 10 at half, right? I go outside and smoke a cigarette, right? And I'm shooting the shit. There was a guy who was in the service station down there, so he was an Eagles fan from Jersey. We're talking, we're shooting the shit. We did the Eagles chant or whatever, right? We go back inside to the bar, restaurant, to start the second half. I look around. That place was a ghost town. Everyone was gone. They left.
They left?
They left and went home.
Monday Night Football, they left?
They left.
What do you mean they left?
They left. The place was a ghost town. There was, by the time the second half started, there were more Eagles fans in that bar than there were Redskins, and we were outnumbered times 2 when that game started.
Fairweather.
It was bad, dude.
Terrible.
I was like, if this happened in Philly, there would be some issues.
That can't happen in Philly.
Nah,
No, that can't even happen in the counties surrounding Philly. No.
no way.
Absolutely not. What a joke.
Yeah.
Real quick, let's close out the Bradford discussion with closing of contract talks.
Yeah, they're closing contract talks. I'm very happy about that. I don't want
guess.
contract talks carrying over into the regular season because that just creates a distraction, and we don't need any more distractions. We just need Sammy B to focus on the task at hand, which
Chip
is winning
Kelly's
week
offense
1.
doesn't leave time for distractions, bro.
Exactly.
The ref can't
You gotta
even tie his goddamn shoes. Go.
He can't even get the balls set up
No.
at the line of scrimmage.
All right, let's move into our closing section, the who cares section, the shit we got to touch on quickly.
Yeah.
But we're going to move past it. We're going to keep this probably our ending segment. Now I'm going to rapid fire this at you. I'm going to give you 15 seconds. I'm going to throw a topic at you, and you speak your piece on it. You sound good?
Let's rock.
All right. Ready?
Yep. Who's going
Okay.
first?
Let's go Boykin.
Boykin. What a disappointment. You go to Pittsburgh, one of the worst secondaries in the NFL, and you can't even grab a starting gig? You're not even a nickel corner. Man, you suck.
Sorry about your luck, Mr. Boykin. Shady McCoy.
Shady. Man, this guy can't keep Philly out of his mouth. Every time you turn around, Philly this, Chip this, Philly this, Chip this. Now he's got DeMarco in his mouth saying DeMarco doesn't match up to him. This, that, and the next thing. Let me tell you something. DeMarco's going to have half the carries and probably have a more productive year than you do up in Buffalo.
Chancellor.
Man, I hate these type of players. Now, don't get me wrong. If he came to Philly, I'd be all about it. But I hate players that just hold out for more money and more money. Like, you sign your contract up, hold up your end of the bargain. You signed it, play it out.
Yeah. Super Bowl love.
Oh, man. I am sick of this. Speaking of your little odds and shit. You got all these people coming out. Oh, the Eagles going to the Super Bowl. Eagles going to the Super Bowl. I'm sick of it. I'm done with it. I like to be the team that flies in under the radar. I'm not saying that Philadelphia Eagles are ever under the radar, but as in regards to record, I like to sneak in and play our way through the playoffs. And now you got Adam Schefter coming out. Oh, Eagles, Ravens, Super Bowl. You got Joe Banner coming out. Joe Banner throwing some Philly love to Jeff Lurie, saying he has the Eagles in the Super Bowl. That's crazy. He has the Eagles in the Super Bowl. And last year he had all these predictions right. Joe Banner picked Pats Seahawks. He said Chicago was going to bottom out and suck. And he said that Jim Harbaugh was going to leave San Francisco. He tweeted that last year.
Even a blind squirrel finds a nut.
Joe Banner.
Listen,
I hope it's true, bro.
That was more than 15 seconds, but it deserved it. Cause
I was
agree
going
with
along with
you
that.
just said. Listen, man, I want to thank everybody out there for listening to us. We appreciate it. We'll be back. And I want to throw a little sidebar in there. Throughout the season, we're going to be bringing on some current NFL players and
maybe some past NFL
players. We're going to do some little interviews, little question and answers. Maybe we'll give you a weekly heads up week prior, see if we can get some feedback on questions that you might want to ask. Some things.
Yeah, I'll put a mailbag out on my Twitter account, and we'll probably create a Twitter account for the show that you can come in and provide feedback and everything like that, or any suggestions, or if you hate us or you love us or whatever.
Yeah, we got.
I'll take both. I love hate mail.
Hey, I'm all about the hate mail, dude.
Yeah,
Let me know where I'm fucking up, because I'm trying to get better.
Yeah, so we'll hopefully by next week we'll have that set up, and you'll be able to contact us through social media and provide feedback to us. So we hope you enjoyed the show, and don't forget Eagles Falcons Monday Night Football. Game starts at 7 o'clock on ESPN. Make sure you're in your Eagles gear, chanting EAGLES, and let's go Birds.
Go Birds.
Woo!